Character of the week. Different. I couldn't find my original glass, so I had to find this. But don't judge me. Don't judge me. So today's character week is a villainous spin-off of the Norman Osborn Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin. Now, there's been many people who take the mantle of the Hobgoblin. There's
Roderick Kingsley, Lefty Donovan, Ned Leeds, Jason McIndale, Daniel Kingsley, who's the son of Roderick Kingsley, Phil Urk, Norman Osborn, so I guess he took it back, Harry Osborn in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, and Claude.
We're going to focus on the original one, Roderick Kingsley. Now, Roderick Kingsley was a socialite, egotistical, aristocratic type fashion designer who made a habit of taking other people's designs and making it his own, either blatantly ripping it off or just adding something different to therefore make it his. And eventually that caught up with him. He ended up getting broke. He did happen to stumble upon the secret hideout, laboratory, or whatever, of Norman Osborn's the Green Goblin. So he decided to take what he could from the lab and then in his apartment redid it and made it his own. You know, this guy's a huge thing about cultural appropriation. The one thing he didn't take from Norman Osborn now is them waves.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul go, baby.
So, basically he took like the Norman Osborn Green Goblin costume, you know, tethered it up with a tunic and stuff like that. So kind of like, he made it look like Easy, the Kanye West clothing line. And then he made the Goblin mask, basically light-skinned Goblin. So the light-skinned Goblin pretty much had everything that the original Goblin had as far as technology. Through the glider, he's got like razor bats, like actual like flying bat things with the whole spooky thing. But he had like a bulletproof tunic, whatever. Like I said, jet propulsion glider. He has electric shock gloves, and he also has like cybernetic enhancements that shoots like lasers out of his gloves. He's pretty smart for a fashion designer. Because comics was a little bit stronger than the original Goblin for some reason. Not due to anything supernatural, but due to basically technology. He was actually unknown for a while. He showed up in the 80s. He was unknown for a while. He didn't actually be unmasked until much later in the series. And it was kind of like, oh, it's Roderick Kingsley. Who cares? He's been featured in many of the publications too. He's been featured in the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s. Voiced by Mark Hamill. He showed up before the actual Green Goblin did. He's kind of like an amalgamation of all the other Goblin persona, people who took the mantle of Goblin, kind of made it one under some guy named Jason Phillips. Whatever. He was featured in a Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. He might be featured in MCU. There's not much to say about Hobgoblin. He's pretty much a cultural appropriation, light-skinned version of the Green Goblin. So, salute to the remix of Goblin. Back to you guys.
Like, share, subscribe.